Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now are the main headlines. More than 12 million children in Afghanistan require humanitarian aid in 2024. Iraq's parliament passes legislation criminalizing same-sex relationships with maximum 15 years in jail. Imam Rida Holy Shrine gives rare Quranic manuscript to the Al-Abbas Holy Shrine. And Free Muslim calls on economic foreign participants to address challenges in Arab and Islamic countries. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. Afghanistan is facing a dire humanitarian crisis in 2024 with 23.7 million people, including 12.3 million children, requiring assistance. The United Nations organization states that only 35% of the $1.4 billion in aid needed for children in Afghanistan has been secured so far. The report attributes the increase in poverty in the country to the long-standing conflicts, climate change, and economic recession and rising unemployment. It also highlights a concerning outbreak of measles with 14,570 suspected cases and 71 deaths recorded since the beginning of 2024. Over 11,000 of these patients are children under 5 and more than 6,000 are women. UNICEF is urging its humanitarian partners to prioritize the safety of female staff in Afghanistan as the situation remains challenging. Iraq's parliament approved a law criminalizing same-sex relationships with a maximum of 15-year prison sentence on Saturday. The law aims to protect Iraqi society from moral depravity and calls for homosexuality that have overtaken the world. The law on combating prostitution and homosexuality bans same-sex relations with at least 10 years and a maximum of 15 years in prison, and mandates at least 7 years in prison for anybody who promotes homosexuality or prostitution. It also imposes between 1 and 3 years in prison for anyone who changes the biological gender or willfully dresses in the effeminate manner. The legislation is in sync and in the divine Sharia of Islam, which upholds moral and societal values to protect the institutions of marriage and family, as well as the integrity of humanity. Imam Rida alayhi salam Holy Shrine has gifted a digitized copy of a rare Quranic manuscript to the treasury of Al-Abbas Holy Shrine in the holy city of Karbala. Salih al-Sirraj, the director of the Manuscript Imaging and Cataloguing Center affiliated with the Intellectual and Cultural Affairs Department of the Holy Shrine, stated that the copy known as Mashhad al-Radawi Quran contains 2 Quranic manuscripts in ancient Hijazi script spanning 252 pages. The textual characteristics, style and peculiarities in writing and spelling, variations in recitations and arrangement of chapters confirm that the main part of this copy was written in the 1st century of the Islamic calendar. The director concluded that the Holy Shrine of Imam Rida alayhi salam presented this valuable gift to the center after receiving new publications from the center, along with a copy of the Holy Quran attributed to Ali ibn Hilal al-Baghdadi, one of the precious manuscripts of the Holy Abbasid Shrine. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. More than 12 million children in Afghanistan require humanitarian aid in 2024. Iraq's parliament passes legislation criminalizing same-sex relationships with maximum 15 years in jail. Imam Rida alayhi salam Holy Shrine gives rare Quranic manuscript to the Al-Abbas Holy Shrine. Also tonight, China incarcerates over 449,000 Uyghurs in Xinjiang, says rights group. In its statement received by Shia Waves agency, the Free Muslim Association said that advancing economic development requires ensuring basic freedoms for individuals, including the rights of work and movement, and providing an investment environment that protects individuals' rights and enhances their equality before the law. The organizations urge the leaders of the participating government to focus on resolving political disputes and reducing ongoing conflicts between Arab and Islamic countries, especially regional conflicts that hinder the development process. The organization concluded a statement by calling on foreign participants to intervene effectively to stop violence and wars in regions such as Gaza and to find just and comprehensive solutions to the Palestinian issue, which is a major obstacle to development and stability in the region. And now continue with some shorter news. The UK is constructing a war memorial to the millions of Muslim soldiers who served alongside British and Commonwealth forces during the two world wars. The 13.2-metre tall monument will be erected at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire. The source mentioned that it will be adding inscribed and the personal stories of the soldiers and feature Islamic calligraphy. 2.5 million Muslim soldiers and labourers served in the militaries of the Allied powers during the First World War and about 5.5 million in the Second World War. José Moraes, the Portuguese head coach of the Iranian football club Sepahan, has announced his conversion to Islam during a press conference following his team's victory in the Iranian Playoff Cup. Moraes stated that he has been contemplating this decision for some time and felt a strong connection to Islam. According to the Daban Iran website, he expressed his happiness and gratitude for embracing the faith and becoming a Shia Muslim. In a groundbreaking initiative, a Sudanese woman successfully assisted 54 women and girls to memorize the Holy Quran in a record time of 99 days. This remarkable achievement comes amidst the difficult circumstances in Sudan, including political, economic and social challenges, as well as wars and conflicts resulting in displacement and casualties. Dr. Amal Abdus Salam organized an intensive memorization course at the renowned Shahaddin Mosque in Damazin city. Through her dedication, she managed to teach 54 women and girls the Quran in an unbelievable time frame. This charitable and educational initiative is unprecedented in Sudan and has garnered widespread admiration and appreciation from the local and national community, serving as a proud example of dedication and community service and Quranic education. The Islamic Husseini School, IHS, based in the U.S. state of Chicago, Illinois, has held its 28th annual Imam Sadiq Islam and Science Fair to provide religious education and programs for the Shia community under the guidance and teachings of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. The event took place yesterday, April the 28th, with the active participation of the school students who introduced their artful presentations on various Islamic topics. The IHS consists of 3 departments, namely Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq Department of Theology, Imam Zain al-Abidin Department of Quranic Studies, and the Lady Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam Department of Language. Doctors are testing the world's first personalized mRNA cancer vaccine for melanoma on hundreds of patients, which could potentially cure cancer permanently. The vaccine is designated to target specific cancer cells and prevent the disease from returning, noting that the initial trials have shown promising results and the final trial is underway. The vaccine, known as mRNA 447 or V940, triggers the immune system to fight against the patient's specific type of cancer, the development team said, adding that it carries coding for up to 34 neoagents and activities and anti-tumor immune response based on the unique mutations in a patient's cancer. A new report has found that the communist government, is subjecting the Uyghur minority group to a devastating campaign of mass incarceration. More details in the following report.
According to a recent report by the Uyghur Human Rights Project, over 449,000 Uyghurs are currently imprisoned in the Xinjiang region, accounting for 1 in 17 Uyghurs and other non-Han Chinese residents. The Washington-based research and advocacy group's analysis of leaked Chinese data indicates that 1 in 26 Uyghurs and other ethnic minorities in Xinjiang were incarcerated in 2022. Even more alarming, the report estimates that 1 in 17 Uyghur adults have been imprisoned for actions that would be considered protected rights in a democracy, such as reading the Quran. While Uyghurs and other non-Han groups make up only 1% of China's overall population, they account for a staggering 34% of the country's estimated prison population. This disproportionate targeting of the Uyghur minority has led the US State Department to conclude that China's actions in Xinjiang amount to genocide and crimes against humanity. The dire situation for Uyghurs was a key topic of discussion during US Secretary of State Antony Blinken's recent trip to China. Blinken stated that he raised concerns about human rights abuses in Xinjiang, with Chinese officials, but Beijing criticized him for interfering in China's domestic affairs. Experts have noted that the mass incarceration of Uyghurs is not only a human rights crisis, but also benefits the Chinese economy through the exploitation of prison labor. Some companies have even constructed factories near prisons to take advantage of this forced labor, paying workers next to nothing. As the number of imprisoned Uyghurs continues to grow, so too does China's forced labor pool. Human rights groups have urged international organizations to take strong action to address these alarming situation, but the Chinese government remains defiant, insisting that it will not tolerate any interference in its domestic affairs. This is Ali Al-Hadi reporting for Shia Waves.
We have reached the end of today's news show. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. More than 12 million children in Afghanistan require humanitarian aid in 2024. Iraq's parliament passes legislation criminalizing same-sex relationships with maximum of 15 years in jail. Imam Rada Holy Shrine gifts rare Quranic manuscripts to the Al-Abbas Holy Shrine. Free Muslim calls on economic foreign participants to address challenges in Arab and Islamic countries. And China incarcerates over 449,000 Uyghurs in Xinjiang, states rights groups. You can view the latest news on our website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of your screen. Thank you for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the martyrs of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الرجل فاطمة مالك
سمية حسين
زهرة عباس
ياسر الحلفي
سيد مرتضى الحسيني.
My name is Amir Rafa.
Yunus Dawood.